Death Valley.
Sulfur. If you look out, you see like different colors in the rocks, like all around. And there's different minerals that came up from the Earth's core. And like if you look, look at that rock formation right there. See how it like slanted like that? And it's got like like different layers. Well, when it came from the Earth's core, and as soon as it hit the Earth's atmosphere, it solidified exactly at the angle that it hit. So like. I mean, especially, see that one straight ahead that's kind of like pointed up like that? It's just like magma that just instantly solidified. And out over here with like the sulfur and then other parts, but see how it kind of flows down, like fingers kind of? Well, those are called alluvial plains. And it's from magma that flowed down and then like has also been affected by erosion and whatnot, and minerals that are not quite as solid as some of those. And if I paid more attention in chemistry class, I could tell you what all these minerals are, but that was 10th grade, and I really didn't give a shit. So. Between the end of the Ice Age and between the volcanic activity of this area, the landscape was completely changed. And now, like this whole area that was a lake, the evaporation rate is such that the very little precipitation that it gets a year, which is about 1.5 inches a year, that's that's no match to the evaporation rate of about 25 inches a year. All right, so water comes, like the little water that comes down, and there's springs around here too. Especially for the most part, it's salt. Like it's like salt water will come up, and because the water will evaporate, all that's left is salt. And everywhere you look out, that's white. That's where a spring is, because that's where salt comes out. That's where fresh salt has come up. And when we get down to Badwater Basin, you'll see there's a little bit of water there, and that's kind of like strength in volume, because there's to evaporate. But you see how there's like white parts and there's brown parts? Well, the white parts, that's where their springs are. And the brown parts, that's where salt has come up, but then it's just been fried by the sun. We're headed down to Badwater Basin, and it is the lowest elevation in the United States and in the Western Hemisphere. It's 282 feet, or 86 meters below sea level. It's also one of the hottest places in the world. The highest temperature recorded in Death Valley was at Furnace Creek, back at the end of this road. That temperature was 134 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 52 degrees Celsius. And the only temperature higher than that ever recorded was in Abu Dhabi, which is in the United Arab Emirates, and that was only a few degrees higher. Here's the thing, because up at Furnace Creek, which is about at sea level, that's where the highest temperature was recorded. On that particular day, there's a guy who lived up there who used to come down here to Badwater Basin, where like it's lower and it's hotter, and he used to record the temperature. On the particular day of the temperature of 134 degrees, which was something like January 13th, 1914 or 1915, something like that. It was so hot that this guy could not carry enough water for himself and his horse to survive. So he just recorded the temperature at Furnace Creek. Now it's always hotter down here than it is at Furnace Creek. So, the argument could be made that this is the hottest place in the entire world. In my opinion, when we're starting to get up to temperatures above 50 degrees Celsius, it really doesn't matter where it's hotter than where, because it's both really fucking hot. So, that's all about Badwater Basin. We'll be there in just a few minutes. Are there any questions? Did everyone hear me? The area will be covered in water, but most of it's evaporated. And like around here, there's still some hanging around just because there's like so much of it. But it's like salt water that comes up, and when the water is evaporated, all that's left is the salt. We're trying to take a picture of it.